Oh, welcome back, my friends. We are coming at you with games 3 and 4 for week 2 of the NECC Fall Tournament. My name's Jeff. That's my good friend Billy beside me. And we're here to take you through the Champions Division to start things off. We've got Southern New Hampshire University taking on Missouri Baptist.
Yep, both teams coming in 0-1 here in the fledgling season of the NECC, season 1. We are in the Champions Division, and, there's a -1 map differential and a -3 map differential. And looking at Missouri Baptist, home state team here for me, they're out of St. Louis, about 3.5 hours northeast of me, up I-44. And so a little bit of homer town for that. But
No bias, though. No,
SNHU, no
no
bias,
bias.
no bias.
Just throw that
I
out there.
I always throw out there when it's when it's a home state team. I always like to shout them
Understandable.
out.
Understandable.
But SNHU do have a -1 map differential, so they have won 2 more maps. What I'm looking for, honestly, from these two teams is how are they going to adapt to each other? How are they going to bring the fire to each other and go ahead and go into these matches? Meta right now, Jeff. I mean, it's so fluid. You can really run whatever you want. It's really map dependent.
Right, especially here in the Champions Division. We're not at the super top division. It's the one just beneath that. So what your team is best coordinated with and feels more comfortable with as far as hero selection can really take you a long way. And I with MBU, sure, they're coming in 0-3, but they've had to play Central Methodist U last week. So I mean, who are right now perfect, sitting at a +6, 2-0. So I don't put too much stock into that. I'm hoping MBU can come back here and put us up a good showing today, and we'll have a great match on our hands.
I mean, it all depends on who can come out with the fire in their eyes. Who wants to get that
Absolutely.
goose egg off of their record? I mean, right now it's time to go. You've had your first match of the season. Maybe it didn't go the way that you wanted to, but I tell you what, I mean, looking on paper, we see some Blue Phoenix here in the tank and Fer-de-Lance. I mean, I'm really looking to see what kind of space they're going to be able to take right now, because I think in this elo that we're sitting in right now, I think that right now the comfort picks have got to be what these teams go with, rather than strict meta adherence. So
Absolutely.
that'll be what I'm looking for as well. Supports are
It's
going to have to
so
do their
map
job.
dependent too.
Yeah, it really is. The other thing that I want to see is how are the off tanks going to be able to go between Peel and frontline support. So will we see the peel coming out from the off tank or the DPS coming back for the supports? Or are they going to be more forward centric and the DPS taking care of their vulnerable supports in the back?
Yeah, and we'll get a better look at that as we head into our first map. It is going to be a fixed map pool here in week 2. So we'll be starting off on Busan for the entirety of our matches today, followed by Hollywood for our hybrid map, and then Rialto. So no assault here in this 3 map set. And headed to Busan, it really kind of gives us the flavor. I like to talk about how it really kind of directs us to the comfort zone of our teams, and we can kind of start seeing the styles and the identity of the squads coming out. Because I don't remember seeing either of these teams on stream last week. So we're kind of learning here together, friends, as to what these teams are bringing to the table and how they like to play.
And starting out on Mecha Day. I mean, this is what I like to consider the brawl centric map. You tend to
Certainly.
see a lot of Reinhardt here. Now, you're going to see 2 variations, or maybe even 3 variations of this. You can see the Reinhardt with the traditional Zarya. You could also bring out the McFlurry comp where you have a Diva in the front as well with the Cowboy and the May. And then you can also bring out what I call Celtic Pride, which is the Reinhardt and the Sigma, working towards the Shatter and Gravitic Flux and being able to combo those into kills and point positioning.
And of course, they all have their pluses and minuses. I think the May Cowboy would be my preferred composition on this map, just because once you get control, it becomes so difficult to dislodge. You can lock down those chokes with absolute authority. We are going to get the Ryan Zarya variation out of NBU. They are running that May using a Symmetra to get out of spawn. I expect to see the Cowboy swap. It's going to be an Ashe swap, actually, there, Bill.
I actually don't hate this because you have a little bit of extra long range poke, as well as the environmentals from the TNT coming in there as well. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. That's what I want to see coming out from them. And we've got a bit of a freeze here. So, as we're
I,
looking at what's coming out right now, I mean,
it,
you're
it,
using the Ash to poke from range.
yep.
You've got the rock and roll coming out of the penman from Southern New Hampshire.
I love that
And
clip.
I don't hate this whatsoever. You got the spam ability of the hyperspheres, the accretion disc for the CC, and then the eat ability with the kinetic grasp, building up those shielding as well. So Rhino, hopefully will be able to do like their contenders brethren with the same name, might be able to get a little bit of work done on the ball, getting into the back line of Missouri Baptist on Denezo and Solo Zen, and really disrupt them and maybe try to pull out that immortality field right out the bat and just start laying into the Missouri Baptist team.
And apologies for the current tech issues. You have to bear with us. The tech gremlin strikes again. That filthy little animal. But going through these compositions and just kind of the win conditions plus strengths here, I think the Ash is going to be vulnerable to the dive from the Ball Diva, particularly if you get a Discord on there. And then a large chunk of your damage is off the table. So Meepy Chilla over there on the Ash is going to have to work really hard to play safe positioning and be constantly aware of where Rhino and Pepto are trying to assault from, because it's the pathing from Missouri Baptist that's so important. They've got to control the area around them, and Meepy Chilla is responsible for getting the kills and not allow this raw composition to get picked apart. As we skip ahead a little bit, we're looking with MBU did get first cap, 46% on the board, and they're cleaning up here, Billy.
They really are. And I mean, look, if you're looking at ultimate wise, I mean, you're going to have Shatter and the group Gravity Surge. So, I mean, you've got two awesome abilities right there. You can lock them down with a Blizzard as well. So many options. Biso is going to have to really be careful with this Blizzard coming out.
A nice move from Rhino is going to at least force some attention onto the objective. Shatter on the front line only finds Fragnar, and the Transcendence coming through from Biso. Kresnik able to get that pick, and Fertilance is off the battlefield. But Meepy comes up with a nice triple kill. The big Omnic Butler doing some work indeed.
Yeah, and I mean, they only invested 2 ultimates into that fight as well, so nice ultimate economy as well, Jeff. And now they're going to have this Gravity Surge to lock up the choke here. They're also going to have a Blizzard to do the same thing, should they not be able to get onto the point.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools from both sides. This is going to be an absolute ult fest. It's going to be the Tac Visor trying to counter the Blizzard. Deny the follow-up, and it finds Meepy immediately. Sound Barrier out from MBU to try to hold off the Nano Tac Visor. Kresnik worked all the way the other side, try to find an off angle, see if SNH can squeeze Missouri Baptist from both sides and sandwich him in. Unfortunately, they've lost Dargoon, who was a big anchor on the front line, and now Blue Phoenix just go ham. Tank line doing work. MBU are not going to give up a single point of percentage in our opening round.
Wow. I mean, from what the looks of it is, the tank line was getting a lot done. And once again, that long-range poke that I talked about coming out of VP Chilla on the Ash, I mean, you saw just the work getting done with the Viper there. And Bob not to be outdone as well. Now, here's where I would like to see a little bit of change. I'd like to see a little bit of high ground contestation coming out from Missouri Baptist, and we see it in Blue Phoenix swapping over to the Diva. So you're going to have the high ground contest as well, and maybe a little bit of extra protection there for Meepy Chilla, who has shown us the Assassin. No really changes coming out from SNHU. They're still going to be running Pepto now onto this Symmetra, probably just to get him out the gate.
Which I don't mind at all. This composition, the rock and roll composition, as you called it, with the Sigma and the ball, it works well on this map, even more so than the previous one. So as far as the geometry of the map layout, this one is a lot better for Southern New Hampshire. And they're going to find an opening pick on a Meepy Chilla, get that nasty sniper out of the way, which will open up some sight lines. But look at this. Fertilance is able to pounce in, find 2 Biso strikes right back. The Deadly Zenyatta wreaking havoc alongside Kresnik, and they are accurate right now, Billy, starting to warm up a bit.
Oh, I mean, you love to see it. Bloodthirsty supports are always one of our favorite things to see in this game. And Rhino getting the cleanup kills, got that Orb of Harmony on them as well. That is beautiful work to see. The Discord Orb is starting to really rear its ugly head here.
Yeah, I feel like Kresnik and Biso are really in sync right now. Fertilance is still hanging around here. Shrimp Pad Thai, I love this going on that one, by the way, has swapped over to a Genji. Gets about 65% up towards a Blade, but they use the Nano in this fight. Solo Zen decides to Nano Fertilance to try to hang on, but they were just too much of a deficit.
I mean, Discord Orb into a Nano, I mean, it basically cancels each other out. And then just the work done. But what a sleep from long range from Solo Zen. Hello. That's nice accuracy, but progress going towards Southern New Hampshire. And now they've got Transcendence to defeat this next fight, as well as a Pulse Bomb.
Yeah, not to mention the nano boost of their own. Pulse Bomb goes slightly wide, so is unable to survive that one. Primal Rage comes out. Oh, you gotta be careful by that trade track there, Biso. Loops around, and the Primal Rage is gonna fade with not a whole lot of value. Here comes the response. Blade, Gravitic Flux, all out, but it's a self-destruct. Zoning off SNHU and even finding that kill onto Biso.
I mean, it cost them everything, really, but they get the ultimate value out of it, and now they flip the point. Hackvisor and Mines, though, are ready to go into this next fight for SNHU. Meet me, Chilla. How is the Cowboy going to fare against the shielding of this? And Fragnar really now swapping off of the Ana, giving it over to Biso, and now picking up Ita. So now you're going to be looking for the bash ability going on to the Genji in particular.
Yeah, this is absolutely in response to that Genji swap. Trying to come in. Kresik's going to use the Tack Visor to look to open things up. Phoenix doing a good job of DMing that, and it allows for a rotation from MBU as they rotate back to the point. Trying to catch him out. The Pulse Bomb is there, but just gets bounced upon. Pepto goes down at the hands of MBU. Rhino that's their turn to try to work onto the point. They've lost too much. It's time to get out.
Yeah, I mean, especially with a Nano Monkey in your backline just wreaking havoc, and adaptive shielding be damned. Rhino just got out of there and says, I'm good with this, fam. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves out of here. And now, Fertilance looking very worse for wear. He needs to get the healing back up.
Yeah, that was a hard no there from Rhino. A little bit of leeway to Southern New Hampshire. This is a difficult comp to run. They've got to find the synchronicity between Pepto and Rhino to get on some of those backline targets and just cut the knees off this composition. Mine's out on the point, but Dargon falls to the self-destruct over the back. Deadeye finds two from Meepy, and that's already half of SNHU back in spawn. MBU are going to hold on in a prime position to take map one.
Yeah, I mean, Fragnar is just so worse for wear right now. I mean, one little tickle's gonna take him out. There it is. Blue Phoenix on this Diva has been putting in some work, Jeff. And they've got one push to get it done. Nano ready to go for Biso.
Not much else. I mean, I suppose you Nano Dargoon here. President goes back over to Soldier. That could work. But you've got Primal Rage to contend with coming out now. It's going to be a Nano onto Rhino's ball, who goes in. There's an anti on Denezo, but they're able to get, that was Dunzo, excuse me, able to get that sound barrier out. Right, it does not save two of the members. With the flare advantage, Pepto's going to increase that. Gravitic Flux invested. And the Nano from Solo Zen is thrown onto Dunzo. That was a Nano Lucio on the battlefield there, Billy.
I mean, Boostio at its finest, and I mean, everything came out from SNHU as well. Fragnar investing the rally into that. They're probably going to want that back, Jeff, because now Missouri Baptist coming in, no ultimates for them to speak of, and they also invested both of their supports ultimates into that last fight. So what are we looking for? We're looking for Deadeye, and Blue Phoenix has been getting the work done on the Diva, so we'll see what they can bring. This is definitely one fight territory for Missouri Baptist.
I like the rotation from Rhino. Gonna come in with a power driver. That bubble is gonna block a lot of it. Oh, the sleep! Oh man, Hamster out of the fight. Dargoon falls at the hands of Fertilance, who has moved in and is looking to just decimate that back. Oh, there's a 3v1 in the back. Fertilance gets antied, is hiding with just 2 ticks of health left to go as the overtime wick starts to burn. Deadeye zones him out, as does Self-Destruct. Self-Destruct even able to pick up that kill on Fragnar. And the pieces are starting to fall for Southern New Hampshire. MBU, the Spartans out of St. Louis, will start this off with a map 1 victory. Just got to dodge a couple mines and get rid of this pesky wall.
Yep, that is pretty clean and convincing coming out of Missouri Baptist, and that does not belie their 3-map loss in week 1. So right now they're coming out the gate. They got their first map win of the season, Jeff, and now looking pretty darn good. Meek Chilla showing the hit scan prowess, not only with the Viper but also with the Peacekeeper. And now we're just seeing the work being done. I mean, Meek Chilla, we didn't get a chance to see this live, but my goodness, that was an ultimate well worth seeing once again. And they take the 1-0 lead here in our week 2 matchup here in the Champions Division, and that's good work out of them. So, man,
Good work indeed.
love to see it. Love to see it.
Chilla there with a beautiful play. The timing on that bob was just exquisite. Caught like where the shield was out, the fading on the transcendence, everybody caught in a tiny room, and you throw the seventh man into the back line. Oh, beautifully played. Beautiful played. I was a little skeptical of the Ash. I knew that they were going to have to be careful. Mipa played it absolutely perfectly there on Mecha Base. A strong start for Missouri Baptist University here in week 2.
Yeah, and I mean, now we're gonna be heading to Hollywood for our next map, right? So, what does this tell me? I mean, we have the Ash that's already shown the value being shown out there, Jeff. So, BP Chilla could bring that out again. I'd like to see a Mercy paired with it, especially on this on the hybrid map coming out. So we'll see if maybe Chilla decides to bring out the Viper again. Have that seventh man available. I'd like to see the damage boost to be able to really drop the members of SNHU really low with some damage boosted headshots, because they were showing that they aim not only with the long range hit scan, but also the medium range hit scan as well with the Cowboy.
Yeah, did well on both hit scans. Absolutely. And going into Hollywood, you do have that high ground, advantage that is so important to this map. So I mean, it serves both of those southern shooters quite well.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I mean, I didn't see a lot of the abilities being done with the dynamite, but I think we'll get a better chance to see it here on Hollywood. It just depends on whether they're going to be attacking or defending first as well, because we'll see what is going on. So we'll see what sides can come out, and it sounds like we're going to have SNHU defending first. So we will see Missouri Baptist come out of the attack in the red jerseys, and we'll see what they decide to attack with here. Fertilance and Blue Phoenix in the tank department, the off tank especially. Blue Phoenix was everywhere, and we talked about this a lot through other competitions that we cast. The Diva has so much to do right now in the current meta as it stands. If you are a Diva player, you not only have to mitigate damage in the front line, but you've also got to provide that heal to your back line. And Dunzo and Solo Zen, they really did have a lot of peel coming out from the Diva. I saw the Diva in the backline a lot, trying to fend off the damage that was coming in from Pepto on the Tracer, also from Kresnik, getting those flanks coming out with the TAC visor. So, the work is being done by this squad. We'll see if they continue to roll with it, because that was a pretty emphatic performance coming out the gate.
And Blue Phoenix did a fantastic job there downtown, and particularly going up against this Wrecking Ball Tracer composition. I mean, there is a lot you have to be aware of and take care of as the Diva player. Blue Phoenix on top of it every step of the way, be it the Zarya on Mecha Base or the Diva on that downtown round. Blue Phoenix looking really solid so far. Coming out here showing us the Winston. We're gonna get a little ball monkey comp here, Billy.
It's the monkey ball, and there's already one win condition taken out of the bank for them. And look at this rollout. Love the rollout coming from Fertilance.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, just in that backline so quickly. In 15 seconds, suddenly there's Fertilance trying to pounce on your supports. Does have to be cautious of the turrets. Going to pop this adaptive shield, able to stick around, build up some percentage towards those mines. And all the while, there's a long range coming through from Meepy and Shrimp Pad High, and it's able to put a lot of damage on Dargoon. Gets finished off by Blue Phoenix, and it's opened up defense. And they're starting to fall piece by piece, just getting picked apart at the seams by MBU.
Remember what I said about the Ash, Chef? Mickey Chilla getting it done with the Viper and the aim down sights, as well as the Dynamite as well. That's the first point capture them, unless Dargo can get back on point to take care of it.
I don't think there's time to contest. Rhino's going to go for it. Coming through and just trying to put some pressure down. Does end up taking down Fertilance with a little help from Dargoon. So both defensive tanks on the battlefield. Well, I spoke too soon. Rhino's gone. Dargoon's out of mech. Just that Discord orb does so much damage, Bill. You gotta respect that extra 30%, 25% damage. Coming, trying to come back in. I mean, it's going back and forth. Viso's managed to pick up 2 kills. I don't know if it's going to be enough to hold. And actually, they've got the numbers that Anti, they do. I can't believe it. SNHU with a wonderful retake.
20% short of taking that on their first attack there. And now, maybe a little bit weary of bringing this Genji to a turret fight. And really, I need to see the value coming out. I know they're playing for Nanoblade going into this fight. You can also nano people from Winston up in this fight as well.
Two great options for Zolo Zen, and it's actually going to go, well, that's going to be the defensive nano going on to Rhino. Has mines ready to go, and that would affect the mines if they choose to drop it while boosted. But here comes another great bomb, trying to open things up, takes Pepto off the board. Here comes the Nano Blade, indeed boosting the Genji with the katana in hand. 2 kills already fall to Shrimp Pat's High. And they're looking for one more. Just got to finish off that brig. And there you go. Point A will be unlocked this time.
Yep, win condition set, win condition achieved, win condition really passed with flying colors there. And now, tank ultimate's ready to go, as well as a Transcendence. And really, what do you need to defend it against? Maybe against the self-destruct. Maybe to counter the rally that'll be coming out as well. So we'll see how they decide to address this.
Yeah, I mean, the attack visor might be another one, or you can just use it on tempo. Just use it to get aggressive and push across this high ground and claim control of the top of the 2 rooftops here on Hollywood's point B that can really give you control of the entire map. Rhino is going to win the Wrecking Ball battle. Gargoon heads up to the high ground to maintain control of the saloon roof.
Yeah, I like this aggressive use of the Primal Rager, even though he does go down. I still like the fact they used it to get more target progress. And now it's all about following up kills. Now there's no shield to deal with.
Wonderful positioning from Southern New Hampshire. They understand them. I mean, it was just a great use of that high ground. And never quite got dislodged. MBU looks like they're now trying to push the cart forward as far as they can without getting contested. Rally out. Transcendence responding from the other side. President's going to drop the attack visor from the roof, but can't pepper through that 300 HPS of the Transcendence of Dunzo. Solo Zen now making it back onto the battlefield with that rally, with that nano boost, excuse me, ready to go. Shrimp Pad Tide coming up on another blade. Already has 1 kill under their belt in this fight, Billy, but oh so low. Look at that, how low that was. That 5 HP, uses the deflect, somehow able to find some heals.
Oh man, Solo Zen is getting a lot of work done here, and I mean, really, you ready to go? There goes the Nano Blade.
Going into the back, Tada out of its sheath, looks for the break, chopped down 1 slice, following up on the soldier, cuts them in twain, and that's 2 kills before finally getting slept up by Biso on the back end. We'll need a bit of a combo that has that deflect to get out of dodge.
Yeah, I mean, great usage of the Nano there. Look at him, still staying alive as well. Now Baby Diva's gonna go ahead and be done as well. So great little combo there coming out from Missouri Baptist. We still have both the tank ultimates ready to go here. And Argo, I'm really looking forward to see what they can do with the self-destruct.
Very clean Genji play, lots of fun to watch. Always enjoy that. Rhino has these mines as well as the self-destruct is used early. Epto is going to take a nap. Rhino falls to the mines from the other side. It's a lot of explosives on the battlefield at the moment. Blue Phoenix on the hog now comes out with that whole hog ultimate. Gonna force people back into the jail. Kind of split the defense in half. Fertilance just get themselves into some mines, and that's the Nation tool gone. That's an unforced error from MBU that might just cost them the back at this point a lot of time, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, they've got only about 70 seconds left to go here, Jeff, and they're about 4 meters, 5 meters away from capturing point D, and they have nothing to deal with this other than a Transcendence coming up.
Yeah, good tool. Oh, nice dodge from Pepto. Just narrowly getting out of the range of that hook. And Pad Thai gets taken out. Sleep. Nice stick. Pepto's going to deliver that one squat. The chest of Meepy. What a great start for this defense.
Yep, and I think right now it's time to get a little bit of a swap up here in the tank line. I think bringing out maybe an Orisa with the Halt and Fortify might be able to help deal with some of this pressure coming in. Both support ultimates for both teams. Let's see who comes out first.
Dunzo moving over the top, has that Transcendence. I'm keeping an eye on Shrimp Pad Thai and that ult charge on the blade as well. They've shown they want to invest the nano onto that. Wise move. Solo Zen with that ult ready to go. It's going to be an aggressive Transcendence coming out of Dunzo to start things off. Enables Shrimp Pad Thai to move in, try to build up the rest of the blade to finish off point B. But that's a rallying brave, regenerating health with armor. And Dunzo is just going to get, well done, Zo, I'm afraid. Shrimp Pad Thai not close enough to the blade as the overtime wick starts to burn. Feels back and forth on this point. A whole hog coming out. That's going to demag Dargoon, who runs out of defense matrix and able to hold the door. Keep a lot of them at bay. Nice hook. Takes Rhino out of their roll. Can't get the fireball up. Woo! Oh no, but the 2 kill from the pulse bomb might be enough. Electric Cowboy on the battlefield, trying to hang on in overtime back to point B. Dunzo's able to get one, but can't get Kresnik. What a hold on the back end, down to the wire.
What? I mean, they shouldn't have won that fight. The whole hog should have won them that fight. Saving the support ultimate there from Biso. I think that the nano and the anti-nade that came in absolutely spelt curtains for Missouri Baptist. They should have won that fight easily. Saving the tempo transcendence probably is the nail in the coffin that hurt them the most. They went on, tried to use it on tempo. They were taking a little bit of pressure from Rhino on the wrecking ball and went ahead and popped the transcendence. I think that they wish they would have had that one back. So
I mean, if Shrimp had been able to get up the blade, then it would have worked. But Shrimp wasn't quite able to get enough work done during that transcendence to build up that Genji blade. And we can't underestimate or undervalue that 2-kill pulse bomb coming out of Pepto. That really turned the tide of battle for me, Billy.
Oh, it really did. It really did. But I think also tank line, little bit of tank line diff. I think Dargoon went over to the Diva and got such an immense amount of value from the Diva, being able to mitigate so much damage. Self-destruct got a lot of value, as well as being able to reset the mech and getting that DM back up. So maybe a little bit of counterplay, a little bit of counter picking, and you know, we saw the Hog and Ball Torture come out there. Didn't get the value that we really expected to see out of it. I think that if you would have brought out, the Diva in that moment, especially how good it was on Busan, we would have maybe seen a little bit better of a result there. But, now it's time for them to come out onto the defense. And we do see the Ashe Mercy combo. So you're going to have 195 damage coming out from the aim down sights. If you get a headshot, that could take care of Pepto in one click.
This is a very interesting composition. Kind of rush down tanks, as Winston and Diva have been used more recently, combined with a lot of poke there with the Mipichilla with a damage boost. My question there is, it seems like Dunzo is going to have split duties between pocketing the Pharah. You really need that Mercy just attached to that Pharah. Otherwise, Shrimp Pad Thai can be very vulnerable, particularly with Kresnik on this Echo.
Speaking of vulnerable, look at this rotation coming in from Pepper, backing up their Winston.
Yeah, we're running hand in hand. It's the best place for a Tracer to be, and Southern New Hampshire are fighting desperately for this high ground, but Rhino eventually falls. Perhaps got a little too greedy up front, and that's the cornerstone of this composition from Southern New Hampshire going down, and I think the rest just need to back up and reset.
Oh, but Jeff, look at the ult charge of Pepto. Pepto is getting so much work done on this Tracer. They have zero answer for it. I think perhaps, other than Blue Phoenix going and doing everything, I think maybe a Brig here would really benefit Missouri Baptist.
I could see that. Maybe it's a tough call, because then you gotta get rid of the Pharah. You can't run Brig Mercy. That's just not enough HPS. You need that on, particularly with Erlance on the Winston. Speaking of Anas and Winstons, it's Rhino getting the nano boost, charging up to the top. Doing a lot of damage down and looking to build up to the rest of that Primal. Furlance is going to grab one of their own, has their Primal ready to go. Crypto is in the back, waiting for some spawners to drop that pulse bomb. We're waiting for the right moment to strike, but now is not it.
Yeah, sneaky time, and I love to see it. And Kresnik, oh my goodness, going down with a direct from Shrimp Pad Thai. This is a lost fight already.
Oh, I love this aggression from MBU. They're keeping the tempo up. Unfortunately, do overstay their welcome a little bit. Fertilance ate a big old bio-nade and gets taken out. It's going to be tight with that kill onto Pepto. The defense of MBU might have bought themselves enough time to fend off Southern New Hampshire. Barrage out over the top. Finds 2 on the back of the self-destruct. Finds 3. And Missouri Baptist will indeed hang on long enough. Now, Pepto's able to take Dunzo out of the fight. Could be a window of opportunity for Southern New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean, with the recall as well, I mean, you're going to have to really be careful with trying to use this pulse bomb. But Self-Destruct and Bob both ready to go. Solo's has been putting in a yeoman's work on this honor.
They really start things off. Self-destruct thrown in from the defense as Pepto works around from the side. Rhino heads up to the high ground to clear off the top cafe. Receives the nano boost. Has to be cautious of the bomb, but sees a weak Meepy Chilla is going after him. They both ride the elevator together, and Meepy Chilla falls in a heap off the top. Ragnar moving and trying to support Pepto and Rhino as they look to decimate this defense. Rez makes it off. Pepto can't quite find the kill just yet. Iso is there with the follow-up and the kill on the freelance. Iso even to finish off the farm for the second time in this fight.
Oh my gosh, what an anti-nade from Biso into that fight, into that res, and I mean, that just flipped the fight on its head. So now you're looking at all this damage coming in. This should be the first point captured. Man, it took them almost all of their time.
I'm really impressed with Biso's Ana so far today. Oh, look, I mean, looked great on the Zen when we saw that in map 1 as well. Biso really been a shining light for me so far. I've been impressed with them in these opening 2 maps.
Indeed. And I mean, the antis coming in from solo Zen, not to be outdone by their counterpart in Biso. Really been getting the work in. Pulse Bomb out, no joy for that. And now you've got the Primal Rage ready to go, ready to really reset the HP of Birdlands. This is going to be a very dynamic fight.
Particularly with this tack visor, Shrimp Hat Tie is kind of stuck on the roof. That's not a good spot. It has to Conk Blast, try to make it across. The heals coming through as the front line of MBU are able to find a couple picks onto the back line. Self-destruct used from Blue Phoenix, and Shrimp Hat Tie manages to stay alive long enough to get that kill onto Rhino. It was looking dicey, but MBU hang on.
Absolutely. Now you're going to get the remake here as well. Save the self-destruct. Great discipline on the Q there. Now, Pathfinder ready to go, and it's going to be under immediate pressure.
Ooh, that was a nice sleep. I think Kresnik had thought about pressing Q there. Fortunately, he still has that tack visor ready to go. He's going to go ahead and pop it now. Dunzo gone. He's not able to pop the Valk. Now trying to chase, I believe that was a Meepy on the bottom side. Didn't get a good look. But that kill on to the Mercy, and it's basically 2 kills because you deny Rez. Oh, burn down for Lance. Mirage trying to bring this thing back. And Fragnar off the table. Biso's going very low as well. That's the support's gone. The attack is going to capture. This is a scrappy one for ends here in the streets of Hollywood. And we come down to, looks like a 2v2 left on this card, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, DMEC right there is huge from Pepto looking to take care of any kind of ails that are ailing them right now in their tummies because it's starting to swirl around here, Jeff.
Fragnar's able to get that rally up and ensure the victory in that very important fight with 75 seconds left and the box of victory just here on the back of point B. It's Rhino moving in and continues to find some exit picks.
Oh my goodness, and Nano available into this next fight. That's going to keep Rhino up with the Primal as well. I mean, you have everything to play for here. Here comes Remake. Here comes the Bob to get out there on point.
Double over the Bob's going to die too much damage. That Nano goes down onto Rhino. Rhino's going to turn their attention, and Shrimp Hat Tie already down. The response, both teams missing a DPS. Primal Rage out from the other side. That's Fertilance getting mad first. Rhino saving there's the back end. The later ultimates usually win. Biso gets the better end of their Ana counterpart as Rhino goes ham over the objective, pushing Blue Phoenix into the corner. The DMAT comes through. Pepto trying to cover the entrance. They've lost their supports on the back end. Pepto responds, and it's another down to the wire scrappy fight. These teams are so evenly matched. Kresnik looking to tilt the balance in their favor. The stick lands, and Blue Phoenix will get DMAT off of this cart. Turning on a Moira. Solis is trying to take him out. Shrimp Hat Tie fights 2.
Oh, and the swap over from Solis sent onto the Moira, getting the burst healing that they needed and the speed from Dunzo. This could be it. 2 seconds left. They got to touch it, get in there fast.
1.43 meters to go. Down to the very final fight. Dunzo's got an opening pick from the defense. Rhino and looking to equalize. Trying to put some pressure on that back line. That's a Bionate onto Dunzo. They're trying to focus Dunzo down, but Dunzo's too elusive. 2 kills coming through, 3 kills coming through from the defense, and the tack visor's not enough to bring it back. It was down to less than 2 meters, but MBU looked to hang on here to claim the series. The self-destruct in victory. There will be one last touch from Fragnar. Appreciate the effort, but it is not enough. MBU will take the series in our second map. That puts them on a 2-0 lead, though we will still play map 3.
Woo! Okay. We had a lot to go through there, and Pepto's Tracer has to be a standout player for this team from SNHU. Let me tell you what, that 2K Pulse Bomb shutting down the attack of Missouri Baptist, and even though they lost, they still put in so much work, not only defensively, but offensively as well. Good Lord, that was some serious work being put out by that DPS star for SNHU. So they lose the series, but they still have a chance to get back one of those map points as we'll go to our third map here very shortly. But my goodness, I mean, Missouri Baptist does not look like a team that went 0-3 in their first week.
No, like I said, they went up against the currently #1 seed here in the Champions Division, so I wasn't putting a whole lot of stock into that. But back to your other point on the map score, a -1 isn't nearly as detrimental as a -3. These two teams are so tightly matched, going just neck and neck down to the wire. I can't wait to see who takes map 3. We will return with Rialto in just a few minutes. We're gonna take a short break. We'll see you on the other side. Wow, what a Hollywood we had on our hands there, Billy. Oh my goodness. Almost every fight went down to 2v2s, down to the last hero plays on the back end. Came down to the final fight with less than 2 meters on the hold, and MBU hang on to take a 2-0 lead in the series, claiming the series, looking to complete the 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, and still, it was just skin's teeth. I mean, just so close.
So
It was
close.
one clutch here or there. Could have flipped that other way. We could be talking about, a penultimate map here of Rialto. A little bit of a substitution coming in for SNHU in the main tank department, as far as we know. It'll be Palsy coming in for Rhino. So we will see what this tank player will be bringing in. It looks like a little bit of double shield coming out for the defenders, and environmental kills, of course, are few and far between here nowadays, as teams have gotten very, very cagey to looking for a halt or some kind of environmental boop off here. So we'll see if they play it straight up or if they do try to go for some kind of cheeky play coming out. But looking like a little bit of a double bubble, Jeff. We haven't seen this for quite a while, and this is going to be very interesting going into a double shield setup should they stay with this.
It's all about closing that gap before the double snipers of Kresnik and Pepto can put that hurt down. Of course, we do see Palsy coming in to pick up that Orisa because of the long-range sight lines here on Rialto. So I anticipate we might get double shield from both sides from Southern New Hampshire, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, nice shot! Meepy, are you kidding me? Biso goes down early, and now the dive in. Fertilance is like, this is go time, and they've managed to dislodge off the first high ground of the hotel.
I am absolutely shocked that was allowed to happen. And, I mean, you still have not even dealt with the threat that is Meepy on this Widowmaker. And you're going to have to really worry about that because you have no high ground contestant. Main take out. That's a good start.
Yeah, that was a Discord order up onto Fertilance, and they just didn't have their jump cooldown back in time. Bubbles were done, and they've got to back up. Nice exit pick. Meepy continues to wreak havoc on this Widowmaker.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking at everything they need to go here, and really, oh, what? Zenyatta takes down them? Okay, I mean,
Through the
help
Amp
with the
Matrix.
Amp Matrix, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful work.
That's how you answer back. As Biso wanted a little revenge for that opening pick as right out of the gates.
They're gonna have to be really careful of how they address the double shielding, though. I mean, bubble out already, so now you have to worry about the Zarya bubble coming in. Yeah, they're not coordinated on their dives going in.
Well, and you're dealing with Discord Orb and Halt, and it's just making life so difficult. Now the clapback's coming through. That's 3 quick kills for Missouri Baptist. Oh man, maybe on this Widowmaker. Oh wow, what an excellent marksman coming through and just making life easy for Missouri Baptist.
And I mean, the Discord Orb for Missouri Baptist, let's not give all the accolades to Biso, because you're also seeing that coming out from Dunzo as well. They actually have Transcendence up first.
They do indeed. Blue Phoenix. Also,
We didn't see that.
Don't worry, maybe it's all right. It's all right. The rest of the team get really aggressive. Missouri Baptist playing very fast on this double bubble right now. They've got lots of ultimates to use for this next fight.
Yeah, I mean, you could absolutely go in with grab Nano Blade. That could absolutely lock up an entire team and deal with that. You can go Halt for the defense into a Dragon Strike. You got lots of tools. How are you going to deploy them?
Biso needs to get this Transcendence up pronto, like right now, before this grab comes through. It's going to be the Emperor Sights. Outstart things off. Missouri Baptist know exactly how to approach this bunkered up composition to close the gap against these double snipers. Biso throwing down a volley. Here comes the blade. Transcendence isn't quite ready. 98 and he falls. Biso was so close and couldn't quite get it up in time. The Nano Blade just rips the defense to ribbons.
And they get the same grab for the next fight as well. So they're going to be able to go with that. I mean, you can tickle with the cannon. Not a lot of damage to be able to put into this Graviton Surge, though.
It's not a lot of raw output from Genji and a Widowmaker. But hopefully Fertilance and Blue Phoenix can get it done. Blue Phoenix will be looking to get a lot of charge, I think, before they drop that grab.
There's the Transcendence we're hoping for, and the Immortality Barrier out as well.
Yeah, that's Fertilance getting a lot of value out of that Primal Rage. Even without getting the kills, you got a lot of resources out. Here comes the rest of the squad. 2 kills plus 1 for MBU as they push into the Cathedral. Amp Matrix is going to force them back. Just pause and look for a good opportunity to drop this grab. Okay, Blue Phoenix is going to rotate into the right side. Throws it down. Able to burn down Fragnar. Baptiste is gone. Staying notably absent for Pauls, who has a Discord Orb on their head. Dragoon trying to respond with a Gravitic full locks. That's going to take Strip that guy out of the fight. A little help from Kresnik. The Palsy falls. The front line is gone for this defense. And SNHU are scrambling for a contest.
This is it. I mean, this should be the push and done. I mean, unless there's a little bit of a miracle here. That should be at 345, Jeff. I mean, they never dealt with Meepy Chill in the back. They never dealt with Dunzo with the Discord Orbs. And Fertilance was absolutely going ham on the Winston. After they got past the first little stall out in Courtyard, they were able to push unmitigated the entire way. The ult rotation that came out from Missouri Baptist was absolutely clean.
It all came down to that. Biso not having the Transcendence was 2% away during that Nano Blade. That could have been the one. That was the one where the seesaw was at its middle point, Billy. You know, it was kind of going back and forth. And with Biso falling down, props to Strip Pad Ty and Solo Zed for getting those ultimates up so fast. They were able to beat the pace of Biso and Southern New Hampshire. From there on in, it was that ult rotation you were talking about. It was all one-way traffic.
Oh, Jeff, and look at what they're bringing out defensively. They're going to bring out the Rhine Diva. So Southern New Hampshire looking to mirror what Missouri Baptist just dealt on their heads against a double shield composition, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and put that out there as well. That is not easy to do, especially with the limited amount of damage that they had coming out. I mean, let's talk about Meepy Chilla once again. The hit scan specialist getting the job done so many times over and over, getting a crucial pick here and there. Now Palsy's going to have to really be looking up and seeing what they got coming out.
And Fertilance was struggling to get anything done on that point A. Point A was the best spot for that double shield composition to hold. Meepy Chilla able to weave through 2 shields to find all of those kills and really started the snowball. Now on the defense, Meepy Chilla has high ground and a Hanzo to boot. This is going to be dangerous. Double bubble from Southern New Hampshire, trying to do something similar. Missouri Baptist with a bit of a brawly composition. They're able to fight close range, but unfortunately, the double bubble overwhelms them. Good play from SNHU to push in and find those picks early.
Yeah, I definitely love, especially Pepto. Pepto is the gnat in your ointment that you don't want, and it has really been putting so much work up. Yeah, I know. I was trying to go with fly in the ointment, but gnat is just so much better of a description of what a tracer is. So annoying. And now, you see Missouri Baptist, they swapped it out to an Orisa.
Yeah, looking to kind of bunker down a little bit more. We're also seeing Meepy going over to the Cowboy as well. Or that hit scan presence, early kill there as the Orisa swap pays off. Dragons into the point A archway. This could be devastating by a lot of space. Somehow, Missouri Baptist just back up. I don't know if they used immortality or what, but they're still looking fairly healthy, and now they can respond with ultimates. Able to find 2, including Pepto on that tracer.
Yeah, Shrimp Fat Tide taking a beautiful high position here. And look at this, just the halt, the Discord, and Solo Zen with this Amp Matrix absolutely laying into them and showing out. And that is a hold right underneath the archway. I think they were like maybe 4 or 5 meters away from capturing. But Southern New Hampshire does have Rally to go into this next fight, and Palsy should be able to build up to a primal rage to dislodge the members of Missouri Baptist. Let's see if Ferdinand saves their gold when he pops it.
Yeah, Furless definitely needs to hold on to that fortify. I have to agree. It's going to be an important cooldown to keep an eye out on. Pepto going over to the top, looking for a vulnerable support. Ideally Dunzo. A kill on a Dunzo, get that Transcendence off the table, would be fight winning. Can't quite fight anything yet. Missouri Baptist doing a great job of staying well positioned, conservative, and smart. Keeping a sharp eye out for this quick tempo assault. SNHU are looking to surround him. They're getting set up a bomb. Here we go. Palsy pulls the trigger. Gonna jump in, but it's a supercharger there. Too much damage. Self-destruct out. Deadeye thrown in as well. Dunzo put in the kitchen sink. And on top of this, with a buck 15 left, Missouri Baptist invests heavily on this defense. Looks like it'll pay off now. Will it pay off in the next fight?
Rally Arbor still available. Biso staying nice and healthy into this. They might be able to get Nano up. Oh no! No blink and recall available. Bye-bye. That's a swim into the river there. Outside the alcohol, and
they had to reset. They had to reset and try to come back.
I mean, right now, Nano is gonna have to go on to Palsy, see what kind of value they can get out of it.
Oh, that one hurts though. Biso falls early. That's just more time, more precious seconds off of this clock, Billy.
I mean, this could be a point A hold, and I'm shocked. I mean, I thought they had all the tools necessary. That Nano, or I'm sorry, that Discord orb that Dunzo has been putting out, absolutely laying out.
Oh, I was gonna say, you cannot lose Kresnik up there right now. That would be devastating. You got Grab Dragon potentially coming up. Nice stick! The triple blink in, and Furlance falls! Primary shield off the table. Oh, shield off the table for the defense right now. Biso lands some beautiful shots. And now attack flies are desperately coming out to try to hold for the defense. Missouri Baptist want this full hold, but SNHU will not be denied. They had too many ults going into this. Gargon is charged up, 80 plus. Furlance returns on the ball. It just does not last long at all. Even an immortality field coming through, not enough to save the wrecking ball.
Oh man, but they pulled the Graviton Surge out though, and here comes Blue Phoenix back. Has self-destruct.
Is able to pick off Ragnar. If this goes on for too long, the Baptiste off the table could be disastrous. You're kidding me! They come back in with the Dragons. The self-destruct is able to take Biso out of the back.
No!
An MBU holds in an impossible situation to complete the 3-0 sweep with a victory here on Rialto.
Oh my word. And as soon as I saw the check mark go up for Blue Phoenix with the self-destruct, I knew it was over. And then they followed in with a Transcendence after that. That was just absolutely beautiful. Here's the replay right now.
That was that kill on a Fragnar. Blue Phoenix able to find the most important kill they could in this scenario, and then managed to pick up Biso to boot with the self-destruct. Your diva moves in and pretty much single-handedly took out both supports when they needed mere meters to add some precious time onto the clock. What a clutch play from Blue Phoenix to not even give SNHU an opportunity to continue their run through Rialto.
Ugh. I mean, and bringing the Transcendence in with the Dragon Strike going over the point once again. That's twice that they survived via a Transcendence over the point because Dunzo had it available, held it for the right moment, right time, and just absolutely mwah, chef's kiss from me.
Oh, what a series! As the MBU Spartans out of St. Louis will move up to 1-1, neutralize that -3 map differential, and really just skyrocket to the standings with this one great victory today. I think I still got to highlight Meepy. Meepy was an outstanding DPS in all maps. I think there, if we gave player of the match, Meepy's the one who's standing out to me right now, Billy.
Oof, man, I rarely give it to a losing team, but Biso on that Ana.
Biso
I
was
mean,
really good.
kept their team in the antis that really turned fights into their favor. We saw the stall out
Yeah.
on Hollywood because of the nano and the anti coming in. So I mean, we saw the nano applications when it needed to be done. I mean, just not enough peel. I think coming back for Biso in certain moments. I think that was the big difference. Is the peel potential from Missouri Baptist over SNHU. I think that's where the real, if you want to dice it down and really dissect what happened, I think the peel for the supports, ult management, and then also peel from the off tank really was what the difference between these two squads were.
And this is certainly one of those series where the 3-0 doesn't tell the story. Every map was really close. Hats off to both of our teams. What a great series here in week 2. But we are not done. We're going to take a break. When we return, we're going to have our 4th match of the night. It is a California State University out of Sacramento taking on Rogers State University. We'll see you here shortly with our 4th match.